What up, YouTube? What up, what up, what up? What's up, YouTube? We live, you know. We live in the car and all that. Thank everybody for coming out. I decided to take a rest break from traveling and whatnot to get on the live. Shout out to everybody out there, man, for real. You know. Hope everybody's doing well out there. Yeah, I know my disclaimer is I'm not a pastor preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. What's up to MHW? What up? Can you hear me clear? Am I clear? What up, Christopher Span? What up, what up, what up? Hope all is well, man. He said, you good? He said, you good? I'm good, I'm chilling, man, you know. What up to Stephen T, Patty Brown? What up to Lighthouse? Hope all is well with y'all, you know. Hope all is well. What up to Cali boy? David, what up, David? You said it's Taekwondo Torres. He said Taekwondo. What up, Nicole Martin? He said Taekwondo. What up, SNS? He said, are you here to tell us what up? Are you going to tell us something? You here to tell me something? Listen, tell me something, man. You know, I was going to take a rest from this, man, but I decided to hop on the live right quick, man, before I get back on this road again, man. He said, are you going to tell us something? What you want to know, man? Let me know what you want to know. I'll tell you. Pebble says, I didn't think you were coming on today. Blessings. I wasn't going to come on. I wasn't, you know. But I decided to come on, you know. Normally, you know, when I'm on the road, it's my nap. I take my nap. Take about 2 or 3 hours nap. But I said, let me get on right quick, you know, from my phone. Hey, Bill Ding, what you talking about, man? You got me confused with yourself. Christoph Jones, you says, as of recently, I try to bite the bullet and let arguments slide, as well as fights ain't fights no more. Somehow funerals end up happening. Walk away. Well, that's true. That's true. A lot of people, you know, they don't want to fight. Rather, a lot of people don't know how to fight at the end of the day. So they result into, you know, wanting to take a person's life over nonsense. Like you said, walk away. But in these days, you know, sometimes, you know, we get caught up in the heat of the moment, whereas though we don't want to walk away. Sometimes we feel like fighting, right? I know I ain't the only one out here. He said that's personal. I mean, I didn't find that funny. You know what I mean? I guess he got it confused with himself, man. You know what I mean? He probably looking in the mirror, man, spilling his thoughts on here to me. Span says, man, they changing an arm and a leg for that. Oh, they charging an arm and a leg for that Spence and Crawford fight. How much they charging? Appreciate that at Pebbles. Will G said, you say you're on the road, so where we going? Listen, that's highly classified government information. That's where I'm going. You never tell people where you're going right away. You wait till you get back. Then you let them know. You understand? Never tell social media or the public where you going right away. You know what I mean? Because you never know who's lurking around. You never know who's lurking. You know what I mean? All right. David says it's something I have always got an issue with anger and knowing how to control that anger for sure. Christopher Spain says $90. I mean that ain't too bad, you know. I don't think it's too bad for a fight like that with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford. I mean, you know, that's a fight that I think is worth it. Plus, you got to remember the fighters on the undercard and whatnot, and you know how much these fighters was looking for. So if I'm a fighter, I'm looking for $20 million for this fight. You know, a promoter is not going to dig in his or her pocket more so to give me that money. They're going to up the price on them tickets. They're going to up the price on the pay-per-view, the clothing, the merchandise, anything so they won't be losing money. All right, so it's a business at the end of the day with sports, you know. So if like Steph Curry, matter of fact, what is that cat name? Van Fleet, who just got the major contract, right, with the Rockets. So most likely they're gonna up their ticket prices to try to recoup on. He said, where we going? He says, I miss Cablevision these days. Oh, Cablevision days, you're right. Can't complain. David Torres says, I don't like arguments, knowing I'm short-tempered. The martial arts and God helping me understand where to put it is the key importance. Put it in the hands of the Lord Jesus. Yeah, you know what? I mean, I don't like arguments either because I think it was the other day I was talking about that. You know, when you're an athlete and you in that type of combat sports and whatnot, you know, you're there for a reason. You're there to control your anger and whatnot. You're there to control your anger, and that's a great outlet to control your anger. You know, working out and you know martial arts is another way, for sure. Will G, he says if you can't afford to pay $90 for a ticket, it's time to get a JLB. I mean, some people got the fire stick with though they you know like they break through it or something like that. Cali Boy says, fact, sometimes the flesh takes over. Gotta stay prayed up. It's easy to go back to them streets, speaking for myself. Yeah. That's why I don't pay no mind people who try to start trouble. You know, I see a lot of people over the internet, you know, they let the internet bother them, you know, with certain comments and things like that. You gotta have like I always say, you gotta have bulletproof emotions when in this, especially in this world, because people are going to try to get underneath your skin, for sure. You know what I mean? What up, Jen Juice? What up? Falcon, and what are you talking about, man? We talking about something else. He says, did Paul ever call Lord Jesus during a baptism, or anyone, or was the instructions given to baptize in the name of the Lord Jesus, meaning Jesus Christ? What kind of question was that? What kind of question was that, man? I mean, I believe it was the book of Acts. What is that, chapter 19 or something like that? When some of the disciples of John, I believe, had to be rebaptized in the name of the Lord Jesus, right? He said, meaning Jesus Christ. Listen, I'm not gonna sit here and strain on a cat and try to swallow a camel, man. I'm just gonna go by what the scriptures say. You know? What up, Cartels Young? Christopher Span says, God dealt with me so graphically when it comes to my anger. He humbles me quick. Yeah, you know, I mean, we can figure out things which can be like therapeutic for us. Some people like to walk. Some people like to write poetry and whatnot. You know, anything to control the anger and whatnot. Lighthouse says, crazy how this conversation popped up on my way right now in the process of kicking my dad out my house. He doesn't respect me. He always drinking and smoking and bringing people in and out my house. Wow, that's something deep right there. That's something deep. Let me know if there's a lot of noise in the background. That's something deep right there, you know what I mean? If somebody can't respect my place of living, I don't care who they are. Mother, father, grandmother, I lay the rules down right away. You know what I'm saying? That's me. And you're gonna sign a contract. I lay the rules down right away. You know, if you break those rules, listen, you gotta go. I understand that, you know, you're my mother, you're my father, but you in my place. You know what I mean? And we are both adults. Sometimes my mother or father could say, listen, I raised you. All that is cool, but I'm not a kid no more. We are both adults, and you're gonna respect my place or you're gonna have to get out. You know what I mean? Me smoking, that's off in my house. I got my father coming for a couple of days next month. You know. Oh, he gonna he gonna know the business. You understand? He gonna know the business for sure. All right, I don't play that. You know. So he coming over for a couple of days, and he will have the law of the land of Tony Harvin laid down for him, what he can and what he cannot do in my place. You know what I'm saying? That's how I do it with anybody. You know, who I happen to allow, even if they come for a couple of days. You know, smoking is definitely off limit. Profanity, definitely off limit. Unless you come in my door, you gotta take your shoes off. You know what I'm saying? So I'm strict, but you know, a lot of people, you know, they're a little bit more lenient and whatnot. Pebble says, God tells us to be slow to anger. It's hard. It's hard, and I guess you mean when they in your face talking. Acts 2:38, he says, I just got into a fight today with a dude, and I regret, but he was attacking me, so it was self-defense. Please keep me in your prayers, y'all. Let me ask you this question. Who won? Who won? Let me ask you that question. Who won? Who won that fight? Man, I don't like when people park next to me, man. I'll be over here chilling. Willa Boy says, greetings. Tony and the TOG family. What up, what up, what up? He said, I'm frozen. Hold on, let me see something. My fault. Let me try to fix it right quick. Let me know if I'm better right now. All right. You got to forgive me. Where I'm at, you know, service is kind of like. Are we good? We back? We good? What up, Roller with Angie TV? You says, what up? I'm glad I caught the live today. For some reason, I'm getting a notification when you go live. appreciate that, you know. I don't know if it worked, you know, I spoke to YouTube and whatnot. So we'll see what they're doing. You said still frozen. You said don't make him homeless though. Get him a place. What? Get him a place? What? Listen. Listen, that man is a grown man. Listen, I'm strict, man. I might be too strict, but if a person is a grown man, like, or a grown woman, I'm not gonna sit here and, you know, get them a place. Let me put their security deposit down and whatnot. They already smoking, they already drinking and whatnot and doing whatever. I'm not gonna contribute to that. No way. Mother, father, whoever it is, I'm not gonna do that. You know? I'm not gonna do that because a lot of times, like I had a cousin, right? And you know, I gave this story before. You know, he got a little settlement. He got a little lawsuit settlement now. You go read about it. It's in the Jersey Journal. You know, he was like that, smoking weed and all this other stuff at my mother's house. You know. So you know, he was you know, lazy and whatnot and things like that. And you know, I basically told my mother, listen, he gonna have to get it the easy way or the hard way. You know, because that's disrespectful. And anybody who's grown, listen, you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure it out. You know, because if I had to figure out, if I had to walk to work an hour and an hour back before when I was young, they same stuff to get on their feet. You know what I mean? They gotta figure it out. Nicole Martin says the way I deal with argument is to simply walk away or ignore it and leave it alone. He says I kicked my dad's out, but to a better house than mine, thanks to God. Well, I mean, kudos to you. You know what I mean? Kudos to you. Will G says, look, folks, just remember, it's cheaper to walk away than to stay and pay when it comes to people fighting. Man, listen, man. Man, listen. What up, Sister Davis? He said, I beat him. I was joking, man. David Torres says, a lot of people say they're humble, but real be real. The heat of the moment, let's see where is that humbleness. It take a lot of practice and perseverance if someone is in your face spitting and cursing. Oh yeah, you absolutely right. You absolutely right. You know? Because a lot of times, you know, if you go to places like New York, you know, Newark, New Jersey, where you got these people who are out of their mind, you know, a lot of times they know who to bother, but sometimes people over there, they go up to you and just, they may slap you, spit on you. You had a man in New York recently just driving on a scooter or something like that, just shooting random people. You understand? You got people out here like that. So I'm not gonna sit here and quote scripture if stuff like that is going on. You know what I mean? If a man is on a scooter, if somebody's trying to slap you and whatnot, and I'm not gonna sit there, man, and try to be you know, quote scripture and whatnot. No way. Not at all. You laughing? You laughing at who won? Mr. Ham says, I'm on the road headed to Wisconsin for a delivery. Well, I ain't delivering nothing, man. I'm chilling, man, you know. Sometimes you gotta have you time, man. You know? That's what basically what's going on right now. Just a little bit of me time. You said certain type of arguments, Christopher Span. What up, Carolyn? Mr. Ham says men don't argue, they disagree and move on. He says, I see you in Mr. Ham mode. That's funny. He said I'm in Mr. Ham mode. I mean, I ain't want to take out my camera. I ain't want to take out my laptop out here in the public, you know. and just start filming alive out here, you know. I could have did it. Genju says, because of my short temper and owning a couple of toys and home and on my body, I try to avoid conflicts and arguments. I just drink my water and mind my business. I don't want no problems. He says, dude took my cooking knives to attack people. That's how it started. Then I told him to stop taking my things without my permission. So he wasn't humble enough to admit and apologize. So he pushed me. Then Pebble says, I'm not a good typing person, but I'll be laid down. So give me some spelling and not always saying right be trying. Listen, it's all good. You know, sometimes I have typos. Tika Hunter, what up, what up? He says, I get silent and allow people to say what they're going to say. After all it's said and done, I take note in my mind and the person gets cut off automatically. They have little to no access to me after. David Torres, definitely takes God help to walk away. My grandmaster says, and I practice this, I would rather walk away laughing knowing I can put you in the hospital versus walking in handcuffs. Acts 238 says, what up, Patty Brown? Acts 238 says, I'm a boxer bro from South Africa, so I will continue to train, but ask God to help me control it. The show. Now you says, there's no right or wrong way to deal with disagreements. When you feel your life is in danger, you got to do what you got to do. It's better to be judged by 12 than carried by 6. Nicole Martin says, I've had heated moments that made me just stay quiet and walk away because I have a temper, but I also have self-control. He says, if a man and woman wants clean your behind, you better have patience with them. They know not what they do. What? Huh? What they got to do with anything, man? Because somebody my hiney. What they got to do with anything? That's not an excuse for a mother and father to smoke and drink in my house. That's not an excuse for a mother or father to go against my rules in my house. You know what I'm saying? If I say no smoking in my house, no cursing, take your shoes off at the front door, my kitchen is locked down at 10 p.m. or 10:30, don't go in my kitchen after a certain time. You know what I mean? Don't eat in the rooms. Don't eat in my front room unless I say so. You know what I mean? If somebody's becoming disrespectful with that and all my other rules that I got in my house, my place, I don't care if they change my hiney 24/7 until I was 13. You know what I mean? If they become disrespectful in the house or place that I'm in, they gotta go. Simple as that. You know what I mean? I'm not responsible for no grown man, no grown woman. I'm not responsible for that at the end of the day. You know? If a person can family members and they continuously disrespecting your household, you tell them, listen, no smoking in here, no drinking, no letting people in my house. Oh man, that's automatic termination. Automatic. You know what I mean? You can't even go in my kitchen past 10:30. If that. You understand? You can't even do that when you're in my house, my place. You can't even go in the refrigerator, because if I hear it in my sleep, you might get treated like a robber. You understand? So that's what goes on in my place. You know? If a family member, if I even allow a family member to come to my house, which is very, very slim. It's very slim. It's like this. It's like this. You know what I mean? Those are my rules and regulations. But if a person keep telling, listen, no smoking in my house, no drinking, stop bringing people in my house, stop doing this, you mean to tell me I gotta still allow them to come in my place? You mean to tell me I gotta go pay for a place for them? I'm not doing that. I'll help you find a place. You understand? But I ain't helping paying for it. Simple as that. You know what I mean? People are grown men and grown women. After a certain point in life, listen, you're on your own. You're on your own. I can show you the way, how to get a good job, how to save your money up right, be financially intelligent. If you don't want to listen, that's on you. Simple as that. You know what I mean? What up, Sandra Whitmore? He said NY all day. Willa Boyd says, what do you think of this, bro? I stay in, you said, I stay in the lawsuit and my daughter drank a 24 pack of beer a day. Her has the weed card here in Florida and drinks tequila. Good now. Whoa, what do I think of it? Listen, like I just said, you know, it's none of that in my place at all. None of it. You know? I mean, I don't allow nobody has ever been to my house, my place, except for my kids. We talking about family, close family. Besides the kids and stuff like that, nobody has ever been in my place or know where I live. This will be the first time somebody's in my place next month, which is my father, for a couple of days. And he going back home, whatever. But if at any time it's anything that violates what I got going on my place, you gotta go, man. Listen, go get a hotel, stay there. I'll drive you to the airport when it's time to go. You understand? But I don't allow none of that mess in my place. None of it. I don't care. Even if you buy a scratch off. I don't want to see no scratch off. I don't want to see no cigarette butts. You understand? Ain't no opening my door past 9:30. You understand? Unless you taking out the trash to the front door. That's it. You know what I mean? That is it. Or get some food from Uber Eats or something like that. That's it. Tell them leave it at the door on the ground. But that's how I am. I don't allow none of that stuff in my place. So if you telling me that the man got a weed card and your daughter got 24 pack of beer, that goes for my children too. When if they get older, when they get older, and if they needed a place to stay, you know, for a little while, and they become disrespectful, you gotta go. It don't matter. You understand? It don't matter. You know what I mean? I don't deal with nonsense like that. I just don't. It doesn't matter who it is. Tika Hunter says, I'm not going to allow anyone to attack me, but I'm not wasting breath on no one. True. Jen Ju says, sometimes walking away is the best option because I hate being in a cage for life. I just woosah and keep it moving. Christopher Span says, the closer you get to God, the bigger the demon. Nicole Moore says, you may not believe me, but arguing takes energy and I don't have time to waste my energy on arguing about unnecessary things. You're right about that. He says you need perfect peace. Oh, I got a lot of peace at home. Alone. Well, a boy says, my daughter is evil, wicked, and has many demons from playing with tarot cards. I'm going through a spiritual warfare. TOG, pray for me. Listen, I got a boot. I got a boot for people like that. You know what I'm saying? I got a boot and me opening that door. You gonna take the easy way or you gonna take the hard way out of here? That's me. Can you be angry without a bad thought? What you mean by bad thought? Christopher Span says, I have experienced much grace by letting God deal with my enemies. Now, if you're in a physical confrontation, different story. Ask questions later, but repent first. He says, I agree, but what if they struggle with high due to addiction? I don't care about that. I don't care about having a high drug addiction and stuff like that. Get out. Get out. You know what I'm saying? Go to rehab or something like that. I wouldn't even allow if they have an addiction in my house. You understand? You gotta get rid of that stuff first. You know, I don't care if they struggling with sniffing cocaine every minute and they needed a place to stay. No, that's it. It's a no right away. And I wouldn't feel bad neither. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm tough, man. I'm strict. You know what I mean? If you need a place to stay, you gotta get rid of them drugs, drinking, all that. You know what I mean? If you're struggling, go to rehab or something like that. You know what I mean? Go to a man of God for deliverance, cast them demons out and whatnot. You know, I ain't listen. I ain't no man of God like that to be casting demons out. This is the wrong place you need to be. You know what I mean? You need to go to rehab, or you need to go to a real man of God to try to cast some demons out. Then come back to talk to me. All right? So having addiction to drugs and alcohol, that don't move me at all. I could care less about that. What up, Jeremy Dunbar? What up, what up, what up? You said Spence Crawford won't happen because they're friends, but never say never sometimes, bro. Well, it's the money. You know, remember, if you seen the show on Showtime, they had to get on the phone and talk. You know what I mean? They had to talk some numbers. So if I'm cool with somebody and, you know, and listen, I want 40 million for the fight between you and me. We could make this money. You know what I'm saying? We could make 40 million each. What would you say? What would you say if you in that field of sports? You can make 40 million fighting your friend. You'll rethink that over of not wanting to fight him. You understand? But at the time, it seemed like they wasn't gonna fight because they are friends. They are cool and whatnot. But you know, when they lay 10, 20, 30, 40 million dollars on the table for you and a rematch clause, so you can make twice as much probably. You know? Hayes Blessing says these trolls be having boxing matches every day. Tight boxing matches. Oh yeah, man. You know, that's another thing. You know, a lot of people let, you know, social media and comments, they let it bother them emotionally. You know, listen, that stuff don't bother me at all. What they say, if they happen to try to come visit me, Tony Harvin and whatnot, to pull a, you know, a stunt dummy mission and whatnot, I laugh at stuff like that. You know, somebody said earlier, somebody told me this earlier, like when you have a YouTube channel or you have a social media and people coming on your page or your profile, they actually helping you out. You know what I mean? That's like you got a business, you got a store, right? They coming to your store every day, buying up the place. But yet, they got a lot of lip for you as they handing the money to you. You understand? So they could talk all on. When they come to this channel, or when they come to you know, y'all channels and whatnot, they helping y'all channels out. You know, with the views, with the algorithm, the watch time, the statistics and things like that. So you had one hater hit me up in my email. I said, man, you helping me out, man. You know what I mean? When you go to my other channel, you ain't doing nothing but helping me out at the end of the day. So you wasting your time because I don't go to their channels and watch it in full at all. You know? All right? So you're absolutely right at Hayes Blessing. Mr. Ham says, I'll say it again. Men don't argue, they disagree and move on. If I'm being honest, the person that wants to argue probably has nothing to lose. David Torres says, what if someone punches you in the face? I know you would fight back, but to general public, what would you do? Turn the other cheek? No, I won't. No, I won't at all. You understand? Or we getting down with the get down. You know what I'm saying? We getting down with the get down. You know? That's all I got to say. We getting down with the get down. All right. So, hold on for a second. What's going on here? Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? All right, back to David Torres again. Oh yeah, we getting down with the get down, man. You know, we getting down with the get down for sure. I mean, that's something I think a lot of people would get down with the get down. Somebody punch them in the face. Falconer says, I have watched people I love get prescribed drugs by a doctor, yet me as a child seeing what it changes the people I love into is crazy. And I realize they need my help because if I leave, they stuck. Listen, I got a sister, right? She the same way. You know, we had an uncle, the same uncle I brought about yesterday. When I said he worked on Wall Street or something like that, I think he worked for like City Financial one time. The man was making $95 an hour, right? He wanted to commit suicide. I guess he lost his job. You know? And my sister's the same way. Listen, man, I don't got time for all that, man. You're gonna take your life because you lost a job? Get over it. Find another one. At the end of the day. You know, it's not the end of the world. Me, I'm just different. I'm not like that. You know, I can't help everybody. I got to worry about my kids first. If you got kids, you got to worry about your kids first. You understand? Before you help anybody else out. You know what I mean? So that's the type of stuff I kind of been on this year. Any family member who got their hand out, nah. You know what I'm saying? Them kids got to be taken care of first. I remember Gino, I think he preached on something like this before. You know? What up, Cali boy? What up? What up? What up, Claire? Hope all is well. Falconer says, you don't have to pay. I didn't go out and pay mad monies. I just helped him through the steps. Oh, okay. I mean, that's cool. You know, help somebody find a place and whatnot. And things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. He said, he said like this, that's it. David Torres says, I was door dashing and some dude was on something drug-wise and attacked me, punched me in the face after I went to beast mode. Listen. You know, you might run into issues like that. You know, people got issues. For sure. But I haven't really been into situations like that where as though somebody tried to physically attack me, or you know, somebody punched me in the face like recently or whatever the case may be. It was a situation, I think I was like 18, 19, I think. This was in Newark, New Jersey. Newark. You understand? I was in Newark, you know, and I was with this female and her family and her little brother. This was back in 2003, and her little brother went out and started some trouble with them people out there. You know what I mean? And we went to the aunt house of this female, right? So next thing you know, it seemed like the whole block was against us. I mean, the whole block came out. Literally. You talking about 30, 40 people attacking them and whatnot. Now, me trying to retrieve them and whatnot, trying to get them out the way, I got hit, right? I got hit, I think right here. Somebody came from behind me and hit me. I guess he thought he could knock me out, but I wasn't a fighter at that time. But that's when I knew. I said, hold up, man. It may sound crazy, but man, that felt good. In some strange way. You understand? I felt adrenaline. It felt good. I'm like, so it didn't hurt. You understand? I didn't feel angry or nothing like that. I felt like, oh yeah, wow. I was like, wow. The man caught me from behind and it didn't do anything. And then hit my ear. You know, you got in the ear, that's where your balance is controlled. And it didn't do anything. You know what I mean? So, come on, I'm not going to be stupid to go out there and try to, brawl out with 30 people. No way. And I'm 19 years old. You know, I was little. I was about 5, maybe 5'4", maybe 110 pounds and whatnot at the time. You know? But if it was me now, I wouldn't put myself in a situation like that. I wouldn't surround myself with people who start things like that. You know what I mean? So that was probably a time I got snuck, you know, and I kind of enjoyed getting hit. That's when I kind of knew, well, you know what I'm saying? Maybe I should go into fighting boxing, because that kind of felt, I kind of got some adrenaline from that. I wasn't angry or anything like that, you know, but I still was smart not to engage, you know, and you know, trying to fight off all these people just to get these folks out the way and back in the house and things like that. So that was my format of walking away. Come on, it's common sense. You know, you got the females out there trying to fight everybody. You know what I mean? But blessedly, nobody got injured or anything like that. You know? That was when I was 19, man. Pretty fun day. Jeremy says, Tony, you okay? You seem a little on edge. I'm good. He said on edge. I'm on edge? Nah, somebody was asking a question, or they brought about, you know, their parents, their father, you know, in the house drinking and all that stuff. So I had to explain about what goes on in my house and my restrictions and rules. Prodigal Son says you can only do so much for somebody. Absolutely. He says, Tony, I know where you live. Come on through. Come on through. You understand? Listen, come on through. I'm like gin juice, you know what I mean? The show. Willa says, that's exactly what I did, bro. Take your shoes off. Don't go in my kitchen after 10:30. I don't play. Oh yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Sandra Williams says, hello, what up, what up, what up? When is the next biblical debate? I use bold so it is seen. We're working on something. Working on something. I'm trying to work on like 3 debates right now. So we shall see. You know? Hey, Will G, be quiet, man. What you talking about? What up, Khadijah Reeves? Shout out to you. Appreciate that Prodigal Son. Will do at David, for sure. Jared James says, is it a sin to be a fighter? Is it a sin to be a fighter, like a boxer and whatnot? I mean, we had the panel before, the discussion and what have you and things like that. Some people had their, you know, opinions and what have you. Some people are against the sport of fighting and whatnot, you know. But I say this: if people are against it, you know, period. You know, if they are against it, period, and what have you, then that's on them. What up, T Hall? What up? What up? He said you're gonna turn the other fist. Jen Ju says if a promoter puts $50 million on the table and told you to fight Mike Tyson in his prime, I would ask Tyson to knock me down. Oh man, what up, Rich? Appreciate that, Rich. Shout out to you. Pebbles. Falconer says, I can respect that view too, brother. I also don't have children. Cool, I understand. Tika Hunter says, right, why take your life as if trials and struggles don't happen to everyone? If you take yourself out because of troubles in this life, you are weak and selfish. Everyone on this earth deal with stuff. Absolutely. I'm just going through these comments right quick so I get back on this road. You understand? So forgive me. We might be on the live. I might be on my regular camera tomorrow. You know what I mean? Thank everybody for tuning in. For sure, I'm going to read a couple more comments, then I'm going to hit back on this road. You know what I mean? Falconer says, will you agree to fight at your best? You won't be angry, or you fight best with anger? Well, it depends. It all depends, you know. I remember sparring, and a lot of times sparring, you know, it could be real fighting. So it was this kid that came in, and he was a professional boxer, right? He was like 6'2", about 150 pounds. But I ain't care who came in the gym, man. I ain't care about none of that, you know? So you working with this guy and you trying to work with him, and you know, you do teamwork stuff. But he was trying to go hard, like. So I said, you know what, I'm just relaxed, because a lot of guys who come to the gym from other gyms, or who, you know, first time seeing me, they try to, or just seeing people in general in the gym, they try to show off. So when we spar, he used to try to like have his camera out, his cameraman, and he would do one good round and with me. You know what I'm saying? Usually it take like a couple of rounds for me to warm up. You know what I'm saying? Download what you're doing, you know, figure out your mistakes and capitalize off of it. You know what I'm saying? That's always my strategy. First round, fill him out, time his punches, feel his power. You know, second round, touch the body. You know what I'm saying? Get his stamina down. Third round, up top, body, wrestle him a little bit. You know what I mean? But he was standing there for one round, and that's it. And then put it on his, you know what I'm saying? I said, man, if this guy, now that was probably the first time I was a little bit angry because it was sucker stuff. And this was from a professional fighter, right? So he came in the gym also stating that he was undefeated. He was this, he was that. But when I looked up his record, he was 0-2 as a professional fighter. I ain't gonna say his name. You understand? You know what I mean? So I said, if I could get 8 rounds with him, he'd probably be the first person I would really hurt in there. You know what I'm saying? So stuff like that kind of got under my skin, because I don't like that at all. You know, when people try to do stuff like that, they try to show off and make something seem like it's not. You know, if you're showing a video of, you know, you at your best, come on, anybody in the beginning is going to be, you know, moving really good, but in them later rounds, you know what I'm saying, that's where I want him. You know what I mean? Fighting without anger, I also been good. You understand? Because it gives your mind time to think. You know what I'm saying? And you could be smarter and capitalize, even in the streets and whatnot. You know, everybody in the streets, when they get into a street fight, if you look at the World Star videos, the fights and whatnot, what's the first punch that a lot of people throw? They throw the right hand. A lot of them throw the right hand. You understand? You look at that type of stuff. You know what I mean? When you look at fights, study it. Don't just look at it to laugh at it. You understand? Study all that. And you see what I'm talking about with even with street fights, or if you're watching a boxing match, MMA, study all that. You know what I mean? So you have some knowledge in general when it comes to fighting. You know what I mean? So I would say without anger, a person can really capitalize in self-defense. Of course, it's like with Geno Jennings, right? When he was at the gas station, he was smart. You know, the stuff that he learned as a kid in his teenage years, you know, with boxing and mixed martial arts, you know, he had to think, right? He couldn't wrestle the man. So what he had to do, he had to, you know, flicker with some jabs to set up some things and whatnot. You know what I mean? So boxing is, or fighting, excuse me, in general is about 85% mental, 50% physical. All right? What up, Gladys? What up, what up, what up? You said troll in the house. What troll? Where the troll at? I don't see no troll. Let me know. You says careful out there. Hope your card is locked. And your I ain't gonna say nothing. Shh. Hey Genju. Shh. He said lacking. What? I'm at a rest stop. I usually go to rest stops and you know, where the state troopers are at. You understand? I'm not in no hood or anything like that. Granted that things can still happen, but I'm not worrying about that. Yo. Well, I'm about to be out in a bit. What up, AK? Beth? T Hall says, I don't like fighting, but if I will, I have to, for sure. Peace out. All right. I thank y'all for tuning in to On the Road with Tony Harvin. We had a little card talk and whatnot. I am working on the biblical discussions. What else we working on? More lives, more conversations and whatnot. Just a lot more things in general, for sure. You know, as I'm on the road, I got my, just in case I come up with an idea, whatever, video editing and whatnot. So Lord willing, I check y'all out tomorrow. All right. You says LTL, Tony, it's better than over the road. I'm in my personal car. I'm not over the road as a trucker. You understand? No. I'm in my personal car, not working. All right. But LTL, I don't know. I'm a local driver in general, flatbed. Prone, peace and blessings. All right. May you all have a wonderful night. Enjoy. Catch y'all, Lord willing, tomorrow. Peace out.